Welcome to the homestead. We've been working very hard to get the ground level with blocks so we can put up the floor of our next little cottage. And so with the bricks level, we've placed 4x4s on the outside edge, 2x4s in the middle, and as you can see, it is level. And so now we start working on the floor. Now the reason we put 4x4s on the outside and 2x4s in the middle is to save money. Excuse me. These are the beams that hold the building up. The other boards go crosswise, and they will rest on these boards right here that are on the ground. And we only saved like $5 for each of the 2x4s versus the 4x4s, but wherever we can save a few pennies is very important, because everything in this project is just costing us so much more than we anticipated. When we bought the kits to put up the buildings, we assumed they were full kits, but we're finding ourselves having to buy the stuff underneath the building, like these cross beams as well as the blocks. And so we're nickeling diming ourselves, and so we need to kind of cut corners where we can, but not cut the structural integrity of anything. And so now we are over in the other area and we are starting to lay out the floor, and we're going to just get busy. I'm really hoping we can get far today, and fingers crossed, but because my gloves I can't actually cross my fingers, so we'll just rely on the Lord and the weather and just our own strength, I guess. But we're never on our own strength, are we now? We are always in the strength of the Lord, because all things are possible through Christ Jesus. Let's go work.
Okay, we have all our lumber, minus 3 pieces that didn't get shipped with our floor kit, so we'll have to call them on those. In the meantime, we're going to build the bigger section of the floor and get it set in place, and we might be able to build the other section too, and just leave out a couple of studs, and we'll have to put those in before we put the sheeting down. So here we go.
Okay, this is what we've chosen to do. We have 4 of these same exact sheds that we're calling cottages or cabins, because we don't want to call them sheds. And the one that came last was the one we were working with, because it was closest to where we needed to carry the wood. And it came in 2 parts. A wrapped part, which is apparently the cabin, and then loose parts that were strapped together that were for the floor. 3 boards are missing. There are 3 short boards. Now, it wasn't tarped when it arrived, so maybe they lost them going down the road, you know, like they squirted out or something. I don't know, because it was strapped together, but they must have not been secured, or they put this thing together, strapped it, and missed those 3 boards. We don't know, but we're missing 3 boards. But because we have 3 other of these kits, we're going to open this kit right here closest to us. Well, we already opened it. And as you can see, the wood's all exposed. Now we thought it would be real easy just to swipe out 3 of the boards, thinking that they would start with the floor on top since that's what goes first, but no, they did not. The floor is on the very bottom. So what we have to do is take this kit apart and set it out, which means instead of using the far kit that we were going to use because it's still sealed, we're going to use this kit. And we're going to divide up this floor, this wood here on top of the other pallets of stuff. And then we will get to the bottom where the floor is, and we'll swipe out those 3 boards, placing all the other stuff with the first kit that needs to be together for that one to be a complete kit. We'll call the company, we'll tell them about the 3 boards. We'll get those 3 boards by the time we need to open that next kit. So anyway, it's going to take us a little work. We don't get to get started right away without those 3 boards. So here you go. Lee and I are going to move all the wood. What I'm doing right away is we have all these tree branches right here, and they were in our pathway right here, and if you can see way down there, there's more trees. I'm dragging those trees over there so we have a walking area to be able to carry this wood through. All those trees are the ones that fell from the big branches that fell from the sky. Anyway, that's what I'm doing while Lee's moving wood. I'll help him when I get through. Good news, we found the 3 42-inch boards that will help us over on the other shed we're doing. And so now it's just about separating this wood right here. And we could probably just stop for a minute and go ahead and do that other job since we found them so quick and it's still a pallet. What do you think, Lee?
I think you're right.
So we're going to pause this project for right now because we can still tarp it, and we're going to go to the other side.
Okay, well, Brenda has laid out the first wall on the ground, and I'm going to mark where all the boards go, where we nail them off, starting at the top and working on the other side. Okay, we're going to mark the bottom side now. Yep, I'm going to preset these nails because it's easier to get them started while you're nailing vertically rather than horizontally.
Okay, I'm back at the wood pile, and now I'm separating out the boards. I'm going to put all like boards together. Then I'm going to measure the boards on top so we know exactly what we have. The last time we put the garage up, it was really quick because we were able to grab exactly the boards we needed because we had them all separated and ready to go. And so that's what I'm doing right now. One thing about these kits is they give you all the screws and nails you need. That's a good thing. That saves a lot of money on external purchases. And so that does please us. Hey Lee, I'm gonna need some help.
Okay.
What you got? What you got?
Found that sticking in the ground.
Darn.
Darn.
Mm. One of the things that's nice about this build is that some of the pieces come with letters on the side, which means that this one is an LUA. So the LUAs, and they'll tell you how many LUAs you need to have and the measurements of that. And so we just verify the measurement and match these things up. Some of them do not have this, so that's where measuring is very important. But that is very helpful because if they call for an FUA, you need an FUA. There's other little boards like this one. And you can see there is clearly a size difference, but this one is an AYB. And so we know which one to use. Looks like I need Lee's help for the next layer. Layer check. Time for help.
So, nowhere on this property is there a completely flat, level place to build. So we have to do the best we can in the flattest area we have.
Looks like Lee's getting to the point where he's going to need help moving this framework over to the section where we're going to lay it on the bricks. So since I need help and he needs help, I'll just wait and we can help each other. Can I assume you standing there silently means come over and help me?
I think so. Okay. thing to remember when you buy lumber from a lumber store, pretty much any lumber store, dimensionally, in other words, the measurement you buy for, in this case, 2 by 4 by 10 foot, they're not really 2 by 4 by 10 foot. Okay, they're usually 1.5 by 3.5 by 10 plus. So you need to know that. So if you're going to build something, say you want to build an 8-foot wall, and you buy 8-foot boards, they're not going to be 8 feet. They're going to be a little off from that. There's only one lumber that I know of that's pretty close in length, and that's wall studs. You buy wall studs, 8-foot wall studs, and they're 93 inches or 94 inches, I'm not sure. But those are what as they're marked. The rest of them are not. So what I have to do now is cut basically a 1/2 inch off each of the 2 by 4s and about 3/4 of an inch off the 4 by 4s. Okay, so we got the floor down. After we laid it down, we went around and adjusted level, moved some shims a little bit, and now we have to screw the 2 pieces together. Once we do that, we'll square it up, and then we'll put the flooring down.